Yo, what's good all they found? Alright, so we gotta break this one down. Detroit beat the Baltimore Ravens 38-30. The Lions, they pulled it off on Monday Night Football. And man, there's a lot to unpack on this game. So I predicted the Ravens to win this game, but unfortunately they didn't. The Ravens, they fall to the 1-2 Lions, and they take their second straight. The Lions take their second straight. No, the Ravens fall to 1-2. The Lions is taking their second straight win and moving to 2-1. The Lions started off rocky against the Green Bay Packers, and they have been picking it up ever since. And the Ravens is doing the exact opposite. The score was 38-30. This was a very exciting, entertaining game. Both offenses played very well, especially the Lions offense, but the Ravens, they had too many mistakes. So what went right for Detroit? The ground attack was dominant. David Montgomery, he dropped 151 yards, 2 touchdowns. Montgomery Gibbs added 67 yards and 2 scores. They ran all over the Ravens up front. That's the big problem. I mean, the Ravens just could not get their defense together. Their defense is looking terrible. And it's very, very upsetting because they invested so much into their defense. And for their defense to be coming out for these past 3 weeks and playing like this, that's embarrassing. So, I mean, there were 7 sacks on Lamar Jackson, Aiden Hutchinson, Al Quadon, Muhammad, Jack Campbell. Those guys, they made plays. Jackson was under fire night after night. He was under duress tonight. I mean, it was very, very tough for Lamar Jackson. There were some long drives and clutch plays down the stretch for the Lions. 2 monster touchdown drives. One was 98 and one was 96 yards. That proved they weren't just going to get bullied. I mean, fourth down, they had some fourth down gutsy plays as well. That's another thing. Dan Campbell, he's playing like, he's having them play all 4 downs. They don't believe in, they're not, in this game, they was like, we're not punting. They were playing to what the game was. And that's exactly what Dan Campbell was doing, but the Ravens wasn't doing that. The Lions literally just took complete control of this game. They out-physicaled the Ravens. They surprised me that they actually came with a win. I thought the Ravens was going to get it together, and unfortunately they didn't. And so what went wrong for Baltimore? Turnovers bit them hard. Derrick Henry, he had another fumble in the fourth quarter at a crucial moment, gave Detroit more than just momentum. That flipped the entire game pretty much, because I believe the score was 24-28, and the Ravens, they could have went down and scored, but Derrick Henry, he fumbled the ball again. And so they had offensive line, defensive front issues. They did have missing players like Nanami Matabuke and Van Noy. They didn't have them playing. So that, I get it, that probably hurt, but still though, I mean, the Lions, they got into the backfield too. So, like, disrupted run lanes. That made Lamar uncomfortable, strong. So, Lamar, he had very strong stats, but it wasn't enough. Lamar, he still threw for 288 yards and 3 touchdowns. Mark Andrews had a couple of catches, but they couldn't sustain when it counted. They just couldn't get together. So, it's tough, man. It's tough. What are the key takeaways and the lessons that we learned from this game? I mean, identity matters. Lions, they lean into what they do best. Running game, physicality, pressure. When they commit to that, they're dangerous as hell. Now the Lions is looking like they haven't lost a step since they lost both of their coordinators. Dan Campbell got them right back together, man. The Lions is now going to be scary coming into this later into the season, in the mid-season, and going later on in the season. So depth and health is very critical. The Ravens' absences, they hurted them up front. So, so maybe the Ravens can turn it around. The Ravens, one thing I've noticed about the Ravens is that the Ravens, they start off very bad. They start off making a lot of mistakes. Like, they did that last year. They started off really, really bad. I think they were like 1-3 last year or something like that. I can't remember. But they didn't start off very well last year. So the Ravens can they can turn it around. I've seen the Ravens start off really bad, and that's something that a lot of people is not really talking about. But the Ravens do start bad, and then they pick up later on in the season. So the good thing is Lamar Jackson isn't playing bad. Lamar Jackson is still playing well. He's still playing elite. He's just kind of not playing as good as he should. He did have that fumble in the red zone. But if the Ravens can get their defense together, they get some key guys back, the Ravens will be back in it. Derrick Henry stop fumbling the ball. They'll be back in it. Really, what can really help the Ravens is if they get that defense together. If that defense can just be average, they'll be fine. They'll be fine, like always. Because Lamar Jackson is going to always do Lamar Jackson things. So Baltimore, they got to get healthy. They got to shore up their front. They got to clean up these mistakes. And it's because they got big games ahead. And Detroit, what's next for Detroit? They got to keep building that confidence, keep riding the formula, run, rush, finish, and put that pressure on the opposing quarterbacks. Go hunt the quarterback. So that's it for tonight. I thank you all so much for watching. I just wanted to do a real quick Monday Night Football recap. And I'll be back soon. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care. Thank you so much all day. My bad. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And let me know what you feel about the Monday Night Football game. And yeah, chime in. Thank you so much all day.